We will be having this evening, to start off with, is we will have the welcome address by Mr. Bolaji Lawal, who is the Regional Executive and Managing Director for EcoBank Nigeria Limited. Please make him welcome to the stage.
The Governor of Lagos State, ably represented here by the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Dr. Kadri Olufemi Hamzat. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the board and management of EcoBank Nigeria Limited, we are delighted and happy to welcome you all to this release event for the World Ahead 2023, the publication by The Economics. On our part here at EcoBank, we're excited and happy to work with the sponsors as well as CT Publications to facilitate this knowledge sharing platform for the benefit of Nigerians and business operators across the continent. We believe that this event, as well as the publication, would help us explore new ways of driving growth across Africa.
We would also like to welcome to the stage, for the opening address, Camelia Oros Sarukis, the Managing Director for CT Productions, an international media company that represents the Economist Group as an agent across different markets worldwide. Now, Camelia has over 15 years of journalistic experience, including 10 years across Africa. In addition to its representation of the Economist Group, CT Productions is also the publisher of the multilingual Focus magazine, which enjoys wide circulation across Africa and now Asia as well.
The World Ahead, for those unfamiliar with it, it's a flagship publication of the world's most influential media, The Economist. The World Ahead actually is an impactful, future-gazing yearbook focusing on topics shaping the world we live in. With its future-oriented topics, it is relied on by many leading global decision-makers as a key source for planning and strategy. CT Productions' role as agents for The Economist sees us produce an exclusive West Africa section in The World Ahead, which includes the perspective of leading African voices on the issues and opportunities most prevalent in the economy, and particularly Nigeria and Ghana. We'd like to extend our thanks to our sponsors and collaborators who have helped CT on its growth journey over the last years. So now let's turn to what the Editor-in-Chief of The World Ahead and Deputy Editor of The Economist, Tom Standage, has to say about the trends and projections for the year ahead. And finally, we hope you enjoyed the music, champagne, conversations tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, go big or go home. Have a lot of fun.
This is the 37th year that we've published our Future Gazing Annual, which now appears in over 90 countries and more than 20 languages. And we're delighted at the launch of this year's Nigerian and Ghanaian edition. Our core mission at The Economist, both in the weekly newspaper and in the World Ahead Annual, is to prepare readers for the future by helping them spot emerging themes and trends and by equipping them with the intellectual toolkit that they need to respond. We aim to broaden our readers' horizons, introducing them to ideas and concepts that we think should be on their intellectual radars in the future, to give them a sense of the wider possibilities of where the world might be going. Future gazing is particularly difficult at the moment, but that also makes it particularly valuable. From the unexpected shifts in geopolitics and economics to the unpredictable changes in weather patterns caused by climate change, there's a sense that we've entered a new era of uncertainty.
And now I'd like to welcome to the stage our Diamond sponsor. We would love to hear from her, Dr. Adenike Fajemiroku, who is the Group Executive Director, Special Duties, and Group Chief Risk Officer at Dangote Industries Limited. A renowned risk management and insurance specialist with over 24 years diverse experience in developing and implementing risk management strategies in financial, engineering, manufacturing, and other key industries. Please make her very welcome to the stage.
The crucial task of looking ahead to build a sustainable future that guarantees equitable growth and prosperity for all isn't the exclusive role of the public sector, nor is it that of the private sector alone. The multi-layered issues that we face globally and across regions today, ranging from rising energy costs, food insecurity, supply chain disruptions, access to quality healthcare, cybersecurity, inflation, amongst others, brought about by the pandemic or other human factors like the Russian-Ukraine war, call for an objective rethink of geopolitics and geoeconomics, especially as they vastly affect policy execution and the ease of doing business in more vulnerable economies.
Giving the governor's address on behalf of the governor of Lagos State, please make welcome to the stage Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat. Please make him incredibly welcome.
So, captains of industries, distinguished invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, everyone. So it's with great pleasure that I'm here this evening to witness a discussion about a magazine that then usually take a lot of my money. It is well established that this publication is the most valuable document for policymakers and top private sector players whose perspectives and understanding of events and their implication will greatly help in corporate and strategic planning. The relevance of this publication cannot be overemphasized, of course, given the volatility of the socio-political and economic environment that we all lived in, which we know is now characterized by a lot of uncertainties, given the play between the world powers, China, Russia, Ukraine, United States of America, everybody reacting to good and bad behaviors. And of course, the new war in Sudan. So it's therefore important to know that the prospect for 2023-2024 is very important if we can actually get the details and the parameters right.
We would like to welcome to the stage our gold sponsor, Oyindamola Lami Adeyemi, a Nigerian entrepreneur with a wealth of experience spanning in the construction, real estate, oil and gas, finance, and hospitality sectors. As the executive chairperson of Still Earth Holdings, she is committed to creating value towards Africa's development through the group subsidiaries Tyrex Petroleum and Energy, Still Earth Capital Finance, and Still Earth Limited. Please make her welcome to the stage.
As a female-led Nigerian success story, I believe Still Earth Holdings is an indicator of what women can achieve. More women can contribute significantly to the country and continent's development with suitable investment and equitable opportunities for females and female-led MSMEs. One thing I want to leave with you all is that the future is partner-driven. A broader private sector-led growth strategy across all sectors will benefit the nation immensely. The role of business leaders, established and new, is critical in creating jobs, reducing unemployment, and establishing the enabling conditions necessary for our enterprises to thrive.
Right about now, we will be having our panel discussion. We have Michael Vogel, who is a journalist and our editorial collaborator with The Economist, and Tolulokwe Adeleru Balogu, a journalist with News Central. So they will be making their way to the stage very shortly, and they will be carrying on the panel discussion. So please get involved. Thank you.
Give us your take on the outlook for commodities, West African commodities in particular, and which ones are you particularly bullish about?
So for us in Ghana, at the end of the day, we have to hedge against inflation. So gold, in our view, is one mineral that we see as still going to go up. Hopefully, we'll look at collaborations with the companies in Nigeria and others in West Africa
in about just a month, Nigeria is going to get a new administration, the swearing in of a new president. So I want to talk about expectations now. What are some of the key expectations that you have as Nigerian SMEs in terms of the reforms that would be required to support market activity, to exactly look at the economy you want that will build the companies that you see taking over the continent and, of course, reaching further out into the world as well? Mr. Thorpe, let me start with you.
Thank you very much. I stand on existing protocols. I think it's an interesting question you ask. Now, if we look at our SME and we ask what are the sort of critical reforms that really interest us, I would say they fall around sort of 3 to 4 areas. The first is sort of stable electricity. For me, the second is logistics. The third one, I think, is really capital to growth.
In terms of what we and similar businesses like ours expect from the new government, would be a threefold thing. Number one would be improvement in the infrastructure so logistics can become easy. The second part would be in terms of price stability. We all have seen the consumer goods prices have increased, but the official rate of Naira has not increased. So having stable pricing for consumer goods, specifically attending to the mass market, would be essential. Third, and a very important point, is having capital available for small businesses. Working capital loans for these businesses to grow themselves would be instrumental in scaling these businesses, in supporting the economies around these businesses to scale forward.
I want to take the opportunity of having one of the largest industrial conglomerates on the panel to ask Peter, how does Dangote Cement make it work? So how does the increase of fuel prices has impacted the business over the past 2 years? And how do you now secure your energy in a way that is affordable and sustainable?
At Dangote, of course, we have businesses across Pan-Africa and in Nigeria. And the impact, on all our operations is really felt thanks to the world being a global village, But the way we react, varies from country to country to see how we can use waste to replace some percentage of the energy that we use. We can sort of use this waste as an alternative fuel. And we have set up a roadmap in the company to, down the road, in 5 years' time, replace 25% of the energy that we use in making cement. This is our plan. The company and management, and of course the entire staff of Dangote is committed to achieving this feat.
I would like to invite our research partner, Natalie Binish. She is the Executive Director of Circular Economy Innovation Partnership in Lagos. Please make her very welcome to the stage.
And I think we should celebrate 3 things. The first is resilience. The second is progress. And then thirdly, I think we should celebrate because of collaboration. So with that, a toast to the world ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, that concludes this segment of the event for this evening. This is now your opportunity to truly connect and truly see how we can be involved in going big. My name is Folu Storms. Thank you very much for your attention this evening.